Welcome everyone to the momentous Mega Man 3, the favorite of many people. I've seen several people in the Mega Man community, in various Mega Man communities, I should say, calling this game the best of the entire series. And while I don't agree, I feel like it has some real problems. I can see where they're coming from. This is a great game. It is not quite on the level of Mega Man 2 for me. It's just a little bit lower on the tier list, on the imaginary tier list here. So, not quite on the level of Mega Man 2, but it does certain things far better than Mega Man 2, and those cannot be ignored. This is a fantastic game, and there's a reason it's so iconic. There's a reason it's so many people's favorites. As for me, I'm kinda hot and cold on it. Like, it's not... It's mid-tier for me, but not because it's mediocre, but because there's so much great, but also so much bad, that it sort of balances out and becomes mid-tier, the middle of the road. So as we saw, there's no intro cinematic like Mega Man 2 had, which is unfortunate, as this game's story is rather complex for, you know, for an early 1990s video game platformer. Sorry, I thought I was about to sneeze there. Yeah, this game has a pretty complex story for early Mega Man. It centers on, after Mega Man 2, Dr. Wily turned a new leaf, essentially. My personal interpretation, based on the Archie comic, which is my favorite version of Mega Man. I love the Archie comic. So it has informed my my interpretation, that Wily is sort of under house arrest, sort of Light vouched for him enough to keep him out of prison, but he still had to answer for his sins, so he is essentially forced to live with Dr. Light, and work with him, and together they make 7 new Robot Masters, and start mining asteroids for power, because they want to build a massive peacekeeping robot called Gamma to sort of help during natural disasters, or, you know, in case any other mad scientists come about wanting to take over the world, or anything like that. Gamma is basically supposed to be this giant robotic superhero to help those in need. But suddenly, Wily disappears, and the 7 Robot Masters all kind of go crazy. Not hard to put the pieces together, but still. This is then where Mega Man comes in, and where the game starts. So here we go. So this game's character select, or stage select, is rather interesting in that you have essentially 2 different weapon orders in one game. You have Top Man, whose weapon is strong. I'm just gonna spoil it all from the start, just because I think it's that interesting. Top Man, whose weapon is strong against Shadow Man. Shadow Man, whose weapon is strong against... who is it strong against again? Shadow Man, Shadow Blade. Strong against Spark Man. Spark Man, whose weapon is strong against Magnet Man. And Magnet Man, whose weapon is strong against Hard Man. And Hard Man, whose weapon is strong against Top Man. So that leaves Snake Man, Needle Man, and Gemini Man in kind of their own weapon order of Needle Man against Snake Man against Gemini Man against Needle Man. So it's interesting. So there's basically 2 starting and ending points in this game, as opposed to all the other Mega Man games where it's just like this guy's strong against this guy, strong against this guy, ad nauseum until all 8 robots are covered. It's a choice that I'm personally not fond of, but it does increase the amount of player choice in a weird way, so I can't be too mad at it. It's purely personal preference as to why I'm not super fond of it. And I think to start us off, we're gonna go with Snake Man. So I mentioned before that part of the plot revolves around asteroid mining, because on asteroid there are these energy elements to basically make Gamma work. They are what powers him. And ow. And what am I trying to say here? That means that some levels will be set in space. I don't believe Snake Man's was initially one of them. I think it in the game is portrayed as being on Earth. However, the Archie comic would retcon that and basically set half the levels in space and half the levels on Earth. And I think that sounds right. I like that more. You'll find as the series continues, or maybe not, since they never got to cover Mega Man 4 and onward, but at least throughout Mega Man 3, while we still have the chance to talk about the Archie comic, you'll find that I love the Mega Man Archie comic. It is genuinely my favorite piece of Mega Man media, and one of my favorite stories in general. It is fantastically written, fantastically drawn. Even the in-continuity crossovers with Sonic the Hedgehog feel natural in a way that is so interesting to me. Like, they just knocked it out of the park with that one. I love the Mega Man Archie comic, and it is tragic that it got canceled when it did. I wish it was still going on to this day and they were covering, like, Mega Man 7 by now. That'd be great. That'd be phenomenal. So Snake Man here is kind of a goofy guy. He's extraterrestrial explorer. He explores space. And he was made in the image of a snake so that he could be sort of lithe and not take up much space, so that he could get into, like, cracks and crevasses to really get in the nooks and crannies of asteroids and moons and wherever he was sent to explore. As opposed to someone like Top Man, who is also a extraterrestrial exploration robot, but is more for, like, land surveillance. Ooh, I meant to jump there and I thought I was dead. And the thing that makes Snake Man so great is that he's kind of a jerk. He loves to use his snake-like litheness to sneak around and scare people, and it's really funny. Again, if you've read the Archie comics, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. I love Snake Man. And it helps that he's one of the easier boss fights in the game. That helps my love for him. He does take a while. But yep, I died. I seem to continually have this problem where I call a certain boss easy and then immediately die to them. It happened with Cut Man, it happened with Metal Man, and now it's happened with Snake Man. But we keep on trucking. We keep on trucking no matter what. Ah! Ah! Rude. We're almost there. Bosses, I feel like bosses take a little bit longer to beat in this game than they did in Mega Man 1 and 2, but maybe that's just a me thing. Behold the best weapon get music in the series. Like, why is it so good? It's so like dramatic and cinematic. It's such a good tune. We're gonna break weapon order here, and get out of the mini circle and into the big circle to take on Top Man. I mainly just wanted to take out Snake Man, not for any weapon wheel purposes, but because his weapon is just generally good for Top Man's stage, which is who I normally start out with. Ow. Little cockroach dudes are jerks. This is one of my favorite songs in the series. I love Top Man's theme. So what Snake Man's weapon does is the little search snakes will crawl up walls and attack at various heights. So it's very useful. They don't go on ceilings, but I don't need those health pickups. They don't go on ceilings, but any level of height variation in shots is highly appreciated in Mega Man, especially in this level in particular. So one thing I forgot to mention in my little story summary there is that during all that, during Wily coming back and Gamma's construction, Dr. Light had time to build Mega Man a dog. And his name is Rush, and we love Rush, and I screwed up there. But Rush is a multi-purpose friend. A multi-purpose friend. He's a Swiss Army pup. And basically what I mean by that is that throughout the game, you unlock various forms of Rush, and he transforms his funny little dog body into vehicles and tools for Mega Man to use to traverse the world. And we'll be seeing exactly what that entails as we play through the game. But we love Rush. Rush is a good boy. Rush has never done anything wrong. And if you notice, I've been sliding a lot. That's a new feature in Mega Man 3. If you press down and jump, you will do a slide, and your hitbox becomes about half as tall, and you move a little faster. The only thing is that it's a little murky where the hitbox is, so it's very easy to accidentally slide off ledges and die. But it is overall very useful and usable, and between that and the tighter feeling controls in general, I feel like Mega Man 3 is the game that perfected Mega Man's movement in the classic series. It is a joy to control this game. I'm not going to use Search Snake because that's not the weapon. I'm going to use Hard Knuckle for Top Man or the Mega Buster. Ow. Top Man's not too hard. He just goes back and forth and occasionally shoots out his tops, and they just home in directly on where you are. My nose is very itchy today for some reason, and it is really distracting me. I do not know why my nose is so itchy. It's probably because I'm out of allergy meds, not to get too much into personal life, but I'm gonna have to get some more allergy meds soon, because I'm allergic to living. Unfortunately. So, after defeating Top Man, we then go on to Shadow Man. Shadow Man is actually pretty interesting. If you noticed earlier, I said Dr. Light and Dr. Wily built 7 Robot Masters, not 8. Shadow Man is the 8th. Shadow Man is the outlier. Shadow Man is the one that neither of them built. He was not built by Dr. Light or Dr. Wily. In fact, it's never been fully confirmed where he comes from in the games. Ooh. Here we have our first Proto Man mini-boss. Proto Man here is... I'll get into it a little bit. Proto Man here is Mega Man's brother. He is the first robot ever built by Dr. Light and Dr. Wily. But after a misunderstanding, where Dr. Light... he had to replace Proto Man's core, and there was a chance that doing so would delete all of Proto Man's memories. I guess the misunderstanding is only in the Archie comics, which is the one part I don't like about the Archie comics. I don't like misunderstanding plots. But anyway, Proto Man's options were to either die on his own terms, or lose all his memories of his life and basically become a different person. Sorry about that noise, my phone started going off. His options were to die on his own terms or basically become a different person, so he chose to run away rather than be scrapped, and he eventually was thought dead, but now he's showing up again to fight Mega Man, and no one really knows exactly why. Back to what I was saying about Shadow Man. He was not built by Dr. Light or Dr. Wily. He is actually from space, probably. He's made of a material not found anywhere on Earth, and was discovered at... Oh, that hurts. That hurt my soul. That hurt me in real life. He was discovered by Wily and fixed up by Wily, and his body is made out of a material not found anywhere on Earth. Are you kidding me? That was poopy. That was lame. Where's it starting me? This isn't so bad. Okay. And so the implication is that he is an alien from space, built by some kind of alien race far beyond Earth. And the Archie comics would expand upon this by calling him a how do you pronounce it? Oh god, I am so bad at this part. The Archie comics would call him a Cooper droid or Queeper droid. I don't know exactly how it's pronounced, but he's named after the Cooper belt or Queeper belt, Kuiper belt. I don't know, but they would tie the Cooper droids into the Star droids, which are. Are you kidding me? Are you really kidding me? I don't know. I'm, like, actually a little frustrated right now. This is... I have never had this much trouble on this segment. But yeah, the Cooper droids would be tied into... They're essentially the foot soldiers of the Star droids, which we will be getting into in a later game. But the Star droids essentially are... warlike aliens from space, as opposed to aliens from underground. I don't know. Warlike robots from space, I should say. And we will be getting into them much later on. But, that's game over, isn't it? Okay. I'm gonna just fast forward until we get to that part, because I'm frustrated, and I need a minute to cool off. So, I will see you in a minute. Okay, we're back, and we're low health, but we're back, and I've officially cooled off. Unfortunately, are you kidding me? Alright, I'm keeping that in, because that's just funny. That's just funny at that point. But I genuinely don't even remember what I was talking about. I think I was talking about the star droids, and I think we pretty much covered it. So, yeah, Shadow Man is an alien. Which is... If this takes me any more than this one more shot, I'm fast-forwarding. So, you'll know before I do if I need to fast-forward this. I don't like the crickets. Alright, I'm just getting out of here. Okay, we're good. We're alive. Do I have any more lives? I don't have any more lives. Okay, this is probably gonna go bad, and I'm probably gonna have to fast forward again. But we'll see. Oh, thank God. I was genuinely so worried we were gonna have to fast... If I had to fast forward again, I probably would have just cut the recording and tried again, started over. But we didn't. We're good. We don't have any lives left, so if we die again, it's gonna be another game over, but... whatever. Rush Marine! We got Rush Marine! That's not gonna come into play for a while, because there's only one level in this game with water in it, and we're not going there just yet. If you've heard the Smash Bros. Remix of this song, you know what bliss is like. Uh-oh. Like, it is great. Also, the Megas version of this song. I mentioned the Megas at the end of the Mega Man 1 playthrough. Their version of this song... I forgot what it's called, and that's frustrating. But... it's really good. It has this, like, militaristic feel, characterizing Sparkman as this, like, general of an army, which is not the characterization I'm used to for him, but it somehow works. Ow. Ow. We're good. We're good. Excuse me, that was a little bit loud. Hopefully that didn't come across on, whoopsie. Whatever. I don't think I've used any other weapons. Yeah, we're good. So, Sparkman was built by Dr. Light and Dr. Wily, as I mentioned before. Shadow Man's the only one who wasn't. He is a... he's kind of like a Lek-Man. He's supposed to run, like, the power of the ships for asteroid mining. And once Wily went crazy again, or not again, but revealed his true colors, and went on his spree, he's now running the Mega City power plant. Oy, oy. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Shoot! Oh, man. Oh, you know what? I should have used Shadow Blade. Oh, those guys might be immune to Shadow Blade. Oops, I didn't mean to go to stage select, but we know where we're going. I don't think I'm gonna have to fast forward. I think we only got about halfway through the level. I only fast forwarded before because I was upset and needed some silence, and I didn't want to just leave you guys in silence for however long. Hammer Joes are... I like them. I like their funny design. They look like a mix of a Sniper Joe and Airman, which is really... it's a funny mix. I like it. I would like to hug a Hammer Joe. I think it would suck and be great. I don't need that health pickup. I'm good. I'm so strong and healthy. And my bones are made of titanium alloy. I'm just having fun with it. Goofing off while I fall down. This level, that part of the level gets laggy on the Genesis version. It's funny. Okay, I'm gonna probably be quiet for this segment just so that I have some concentration. Okay, here we go. Oh, I was right at the end of the level. Maybe I should have fast-forwarded, but too late. I already did a whole bunch of commentary during that. Why am I using Mega Buster? What is wrong with me? There we go. Mega Man 1 has taught me that metal is always strong against lightning. Spark Shock! The worst weapon in the game, by far. What Spark Shock does, I'm not even going to demonstrate it because it is actively, like, it's not good and would just make things harder. It just stuns enemies, it doesn't destroy them. So, yeah. But, it's good against Mega Man. And that's... what more can you ask for in a weapon? It is at least strong against a Robot Master. And this... one of my favorite songs in the game. It's pretty great. Oh, I was gonna do a thing where I let you listen to it for a while, but Proto Man came and messed things up. That jerk. Ouch. Ow, I thought I had defeated that dude. Oh no. I love the Surge Snakes, they're so cute. I'm sad that I have to use them as a missile. So yeah, these things are magnetic, which is annoying. Also, those batteries, those are meant to indicate the partnership between Dr. Light and Dr. Wily. Excuse me. If you're wondering why they say RW and not LW for Light and Wily, it's because in Japanese, Dr. Light is named Dr. Wright, and it's never been clear whether that is just classic Japanese R's and L's using the same sound, or if it's genuinely a change in the American version that his name is Dr. Light, to the point where they even joke about it at Capcom. In Mega Man Battle Network, which is an alternate universe of the Mega Man series, there is a character who is essentially that universe's version of Dr. Light, named Tadashi Hikari, otherwise translated as Right Light. So, yeah, who knows? Not even Capcom. Oh no! Oh no, no. Oh, it's a good thing there's a thing there. Checkpoint. Apologies for the loud Yoku block noises. We should be through this part of the level soon enough that I don't need to fast forward. Why did I do that? You know, assuming I can actually platform well. And this enemy here is my least favorite in the game. It's so annoying. Ooh. But it dies fast to Shadow Blade, so can't really complain too much. Let's get some snake ammo. Not that I need it terribly for this level, but it's useful. I don't know. It's good to keep your weapons topped off. I want Shadow Blade. Ah. And one last big boy for the road. Oh, the missiles are immune to snakes. That's annoying. But manageable. I love Magnet Man because his internal gyro stabilizers don't work. So he's just constantly nauseous and like loses track of where he is all the time. Like he'll just be on the ceiling and not even realize it. It's so silly. I love him. What a goof. What a goofy boy. What a goofy dead boy. We're already at 30 minutes for this? Dang, these levels are longer than I thought. Okay. There might also be some, messed upness there because of before recording time. How far are we? Yeah, I can just make this kind of a long video, and we go through all the Robot Masters. I love Hardman. He's a ground tamping robot, basically like a steamroller with a soul. But he's also like a boxer, and a heavyweight boxer, which is great. And this music feels so like boxing movie-ish. Like this is his training montage soundtrack. I love it. Let's see. Awesome. What? Oh, I gotta jump. And I gotta aim it just right. There we go. Oops. Rush. Okay. There we go. No, 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 no. And yep, Mung King, worst enemy in the game. Even though I said that the shooty guys are already the worst enemy in the game. But these guys are annoying to me because once you go under them, they start jumping around and they're so hard to hit. So you gotta either use Magnet Missile or Shadow Blade to take them out. And you can't spam Shadow Blade like you could in Mega Man 2 with Metal Blade, so takes kind of a while. Uh-oh. E-Tank, our first E-Tank. I don't remember if E-Tanks are carried over when you game over, like they are in later games. Come on. If you get those bees off screen before they drop their hive, then they just don't exist. And probably my least favorite Proto Man fight arena, but at least they have the decency to give you a health upgrade, or health pickup right after. And yeah, baby. Those guys are like Big Eyes, only they have like full body immunity and other than their eyes, which are covered half the time. And I think they always do big jumps. Hardman, despite the name, isn't too hard if you have Magnet Missile. Ha! 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 Sorry, I love reading that. I just read it over and over again because it's so good to read. And now that we're on to the last part of the mini weapon wheel, we must defeat Gemini Man. Do I have Rush Jet? I don't remember. I don't remember who gives you what. I don't have Rush Jet. Sorry for the spoilers. Not hard to figure out what Rush Jet is, so I shouldn't have said that, but oh well. What's done is done. It's not like this is a video and I can cut stuff out. The joke is that I can, but I won't, because I don't actually care that much. I mean, I care. I don't want to make it sound like I don't care about the quality, but I don't think it's that big a deal to tell y'all what Rush Jet is. You know, Rush Jet is like Rush's most iconic form other than Rush Coil. So, if you know anything about Mega Man, and if you found this video, you probably do, then you know what Rush Jet is. You maybe don't know how it works in this specific game, though, because it is a little different than in every other game, but... Proto Man? And he's helping? Crazy. Who knows whose side that guy's on. Ow. Welcome to the weird zone. We got eggs, baby. Are they robotic eggs hatching robotic babies? Who knows? I didn't mean to break those two. Maybe Mega Man is just killing real, actual, organic, giant alien tadpoles. Look at his face. Does that look like the face of remorse to you? I think Wily's the good guy. Hey, I think Game Theory was right. No, I'm joking. That theory is insanely bad. If you've seen the whole, like, oh, Wily, Dr. Light is the bad guy, like, that theory makes me go insane. It's so bad. Game Theory in general. Ugh. Once they, like, I will say, I loved Game Theory as a kid when it was just like, oh, funny guy does, teaches math with video games. Like, I thought that was fun and cool, but as soon as, like, FNAF started coming out, as soon as Five Nights at Freddy's started coming out, and he went into, like, lore stuff, ooh, I'm not a fan of the direction that Game Theory has taken. Not in the slightest. Oh, I've just killed myself. Whoops. I should have done that, like, 2 seconds earlier when I was over that. Yeah. So, I wasted an E-tank. Whoopsie. Yeah, this is Rush Marine. This is like a little submarine. In the comic, it's so cute because, he also has a space form, that's basically just Rush Marine, but with a little, like, space booster. And it's so cute. It's so silly. Like, the Archie comic gets pretty serious at times, but I like that they never fully lose the sort of goofy Astro Boy quality that classic Mega Man has. Okay. What? Why did they go through that guy? See ya. Here we have Gemini Man, also a space research robot, but one who can clone himself. Not very useful for him. Gemini Laser, love that guy. Yeah, there's a YouTuber called Gemini Laser who did playthroughs of the first 10 Mega Man games online. He's kind of a big inspiration for this series. Check him out if you haven't. I think his name's Gemini Laser. It's been too long. I don't think I ever subscribed to him, but I watched every episode of the Mega Man stuff. Excuse me. I love Hottie Harry. I mean, I don't love it as a platforming obstacle because it's really annoying, but it's also very, very cute, so I can't be mad forever. Oh, what's that? That looks like the head of a giant Metar. I hope that doesn't come back as a mini-boss later on in the game. That could never happen. The Megas had a very interesting take. A very interesting take on Needleman. So their version of Needleman had basically the IC chips of both Crashman and Airman inside of him to like create his brain. And in their Mega Man 2 album, Crashman and Airman are basically total opposites. Crashman wants to fight his programming and lets himself lose to Mega Man so that he can defeat Dr. Wily, while Airman is deeply vengeful and wants to destroy humanity for the Wily Empire. So, like, these two completely opposite personalities create a robot at war with himself, and it's a really good song. It's called The Haystack Principle. If you want to listen to it, it's really good. Unfortunately, the boss fight is not. These last two were so much more easy than I was anticipating. And with that, we defeat all 8 Robot Masters. And Rush Jet. Oh, Rush Jet is the last thing I got. So now we go to Wily, right? What's this? A new face? A new evil? What could this be? I suppose we'll have to find out next time. See you then.